Buenas tardes, clase. Good afternoon, class. I hope your day's going well. Today we're going to be talking about numbers, which in Spanish is los números. Can you guys say los números? Now, before we start today's lesson, I want you guys to just think a little bit about how knowing your numbers can help you when it comes to speaking a foreign language. Now, if you read the chapter tells you that if you know your numbers, you can tell somebody your address. Dirección. You can also tell how much something costs. Costo. You can tell how old you are. Edad. And you can give out your telephone number. Número de teléfono. Now, to say some of these things, or to get somebody to tell you these things, you have to be able to ask these things. So some of the questions that you can ask are these. To ask how many years somebody has, or how old they are, is ¿Cuántos años tienes? To ask somebody how much something costs, it's ¿Cuánto cuesta? To ask how many of a particular object there are, you ask ¿Cuántos hay? To ask somebody how many particular things they own, you ask ¿Cuántos tienes? And to ask for somebody's phone number, you say ¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? Now for today's class, I want to focus on ¿Cuántos hay? From the previous slide, what does ¿Cuántos hay translate to? How many is there? So now, before we deal with ¿Cuántos hay?, let's actually go over our numbers. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10. Now, can somebody tell me what this number is? The answer is ocho. How about this number? The answer is cuatro. Alright. Now, let's go back to ¿Cuántos hay? Now, we have a group of kids here. I want to ask how many kids there are in the picture. So, how do you say how many children is there? Now, the hint here is that children is niños in Spanish. We learned this a couple weeks ago in our books. So, if you know what niños is, and you want to know how many children there are, how do you ask this? You say, ¿Cuántos niños hay? Clase, ¿cuántos niños hay? The answer is ocho. Now here we have cats and dogs. So let's just say I want to ask how many dogs there are and how many cats there are. As a hint, dogs is perros and cats is gatos. So just like we did with the children in the example before, how do we ask how many dogs there are? ¿Cuántos perros hay? Clase, ¿cuántos perros hay? La respuesta es tres. Now, if I want you guys to ask me how many cats there are, ¿cuántos gatos hay? Clase, ¿cuántos gatos hay? Hay dos gatos. So now, let's go over numbers 11 through 20. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. ¿Qué número es este? The answer is 14. ¿Qué número es este? The answer is 17. So now I'm going to pass up a sheet around the class, and you're going to have to fill out the numbers 1 through 20, and then there's going to be certain pictures on the back side of this page, and you're going to have to tell me how to ask how much of the certain object that is there, how many of that object there are, and then you have to actually answer that question just like we did on this PowerPoint. So take a few minutes to do that, and then we'll go over it.